Nate Kabiri will be a scary sight for the Ivy League Conference in 2025. He has one of the smoothest shots in college lacrosse and can slip by any defender he faces. In his freshman campaign, he racked up 32 goals and 25 assists, earning him Ivy League honorable mention. He is one of the few attackmen that come out of high school being able to shoot, feed, and dodge all at an elite level as a freshman. Today I will share with you the secrets of Nate Kabiri's game. By the end of this video, you will have a toolkit of the new things you can apply to your game. Let's get into it. Take a look at this clip where Kabiri shows us how to beat any D-mid. Kabiri splits down the alley with this D-mid. He wants to get the D-mid to open his hips and come into a run. When the D-mid opens up like this, it becomes hard for him to cut back and cover the top side. This is the perfect time for Kabiri to roll back. The second key of this clip is how Kabiri uses contact. When the D-mid jams Kabiri, he uses it and rolls that same way. This gives him more separation and puts the D-mid on his heels. The most important part about this clip is the efficiency of Kabiri's rollback. Without that efficiency, none of this separation would happen. He then releases low to high into the top of the cage. Here Kabiri shows us how to get goals without even beating our man. Kabiri is coming up from X with his defender. Notice how perfect the defender's positioning is. He is about to come up and should be able to force Kabiri out, but Kabiri somehow wins this matchup. When they come up above the cage, Kabiri leans in and can shoot through contact. This is one of the most powerful skills for an attackman. It does two huge things. First, you can get shots off even when you haven't beaten your defender. Second, it is hard for the goalie to read where the shot is going. The goalie can barely see the head of Kabiri's stick, so he doesn't know where the release point is. The real killer is that Kabiri bounces the shot, adding even more deception. This time Kabiri shows us how you can get more goals by just changing the angle you dodge at. Kabiri is coming up from X with this D-mid. He has a little bit of an advantage, but the D-mid is in good position. Most players would have to dodge in front of the cage to gain angle. The issue with this is that it lets the D-mid make contact, but Kabiri can continue to dodge upfield. It's because he knows how to shoot fading from the cage and through contact. When he dodges upfield, the D-mid can't close the gap, which gives him free hands to shoot. The best part is that the goalie can't even see the release point of the ball. If you want to get better at dodging from X, the GLE attack blueprint is filled with drills exactly for that. Here Kabiri shows us how you can dramatically increase your shooting percentage on fast breaks. Kramer is coming down the field in this fast break situation and dishes it off to Kabiri. First, notice how Kabiri is moving towards the ball. This lets him catch it earlier and gives him more time until the slide gets to him. My favorite part about this clip is Kabiri's last step. Look at where Kabiri catches the ball. He is in good position, but still has some space until the defender reaches him. 9 out of 10 players would shoot this, but Kabiri increases his odds by taking this last step. I want to drill this into your brain how important this slight increase in angle is. It gives you a way higher chance of scoring. Next time you're in a fast break, take the extra step if you have the space. This time Kabiri shows us how to get more goals at X. Kabiri's defender is pressuring him all the way out at the end line. This means if Kabiri can get a step, he will win the matchup. Kabiri splits and waits for contact. When the defender jams Kabiri, it puts him into a trail position and creates a gap of space. This is the perfect opportunity as a dodger to make a move. Kabiri shifts from dodging horizontally to vertically. This puts the defender on his back hip and in a massive trail position. Kabiri knows he will get pressure from behind, so he uses it to dive in front of the cage. Even if he missed the shot, he could have drawn a penalty. He also dives upfield instead of in front. This lets him avoid the inner crease to make sure the goal counts. This time Kabiri shows us how we can get goals without even changing direction. Kabiri jogs with his man and throws a subtle hesitation move. This doesn't fool the defender at all, but it leaves him trailing a little farther because he's expecting the rollback. It works even better with Kabiri because of how quick his rollback is. Defenders get nervous, so they trail more than they normally would. Kabiri then shifts from slowly jogging into a sprint. The sudden change of pace catches the pull off guard, putting him into an even deeper trail position. Again, Kabiri can then shoot around his defender for the goal. This time, Kabiri shows how you can use picks to get free goals. Kabiri is running with his man at X before he dodges. He wants to line up his man with the pick to get free hands for the shot. He drags the defender all the way over and cuts right as the pick is moving upfield. This forces the pull to move under the pick to get through, creating a gap between them. In most matchups, this pull could recover and win, but Kabiri does one thing that gets him this goal. He faces upfield and dodges upfield. Look at the pull. He is expecting Kabiri to dodge inwards so he can make contact. Instead, Kabiri keeps running upfield to open space. This works so well because Kabiri can shoot with his momentum fading from the cage. You combine all of that with a loose posture and defenders ease up on pressure because they think you're not a threat. We teach you to dodge exactly like this in the G League blueprint. This is how Kabiri scored an impossible goal from behind the cage against Rutgers. Kabiri attacks at his defender, throwing this subtle hesitation. Again, the point of this isn't to completely beat the defender, but it puts the defender in a deeper trail position when they react to it. Kabiri then comes up at X in honestly pretty poor positioning. The defender is in a great spot to deliver contact and win this matchup, but Kabiri somehow scores. He can do it by his ability to shoot through contact and use his stick to gain angle. Kabiri quite literally releases the ball when he's behind the cage, but by wrapping his stick around the defender, he can increase his angle and finish 5-hole on the goalie. This time Kabiri shows us how to get open goals when we hang up our defender. Many teams will bring their goalie out like this to force an attackman to make a move from behind in a hung up situation. As an attackman, the best thing you can do is pick a side and go. Kabiri chooses to attack the pole. He needs to get a shot off quick before the goalie recovers. To do this, he attacks the defender's outside shoulder where he has the least amount of leverage. The thing with doing this is your shooting angle is going to be terrible, but Kabiri knows with the goalie out of position, he just needs to put it on cage. In typical fashion, he rips this low to high shot into the top corner. This time Kabiri shows how you can manipulate aggressive defenders to get more points. It looks like Princeton's trying to kill time, so Kabiri is holding the ball near the end line, casually walking. This draws the D mid because he thinks he can get an easy takeaway. As soon as Kabiri sees this extreme aggression, he protects his stick and attacks on the same side as the wrap check. He knows if he doesn't lose the ball, he will be wide open. By beating his man so badly, everyone on the field is drawn down and Burns is wide open for the finish. This time Kabiri shows what you have to be doing to get goals in the wing. Kabiri catches the ball with the defender coming in out of control. He could shoot it, but he knows he can get a better opportunity. It's important to notice how he catches it in a loaded position. This frees the defender and gives him room to operate. Kabiri then bites to the top side and comes down the alley for the shot. Every time you catch the ball, immediately be ready to shoot or dodge. Any time spent standing there is wasted. We can learn a lot from Kabiri. It goes to show if you work on shooting from all angles and being crafty, you don't have to beat your man to score. I have a feeling that Kabiri has a huge sophomore campaign ahead of himself. Princeton's entire attack lineup will be back next year and it will be a scary sight. If you want to learn how to dodge and play like Kabiri, check out the G League attack blueprint on screen or in the description. It gives you the exact drills every day of the week you need to become a top player, so all you have to do is follow it. Thank you so much for watching.